everybody. Welcome to this week's What Women Binge. We have a little fun Halloween-y feel of a show this week. We've got, if you see my shirt, Aunt Hilda's Coffee House. We've got the Aunt Hilda here herself. She identifies as a witch, otherwise known as Caroline Rhea. Woo! Hi, Caroline.
She's back.
Hi, Auntie.
Hello, my love. You know what? Is it working now?
It's working. You're not glitching.
It's slightly ironic that we're supposed to be magical and we can't get technology
to work. Yeah, things with plugs we can't get to work.
I'm a little bummed because my witch's hat looks a little bit pilgrimy, which is the opposite. They weren't really fans of our people. So I know I identify as a witch. Melissa's always like, it's a show. I'm not really your niece. We were just actors. I'm like, no, I beg to differ.
But that's the perfect phrase for you because you do identify as a witch. You also identify as an aunt to moi.
Yes, and I do. I identify with you as being my niece, but I also, I'm going to Sydney. I'm filming a special at the Sydney Opera House, and they asked me all these questions for this article, and they're like, I don't know how it was, like, how did you come to play a witch? But I was like, in my house, I grew up in a haunted house, and it was normal. Like when the guy's birthday was, there would always be like sounds in the attic, and my mother would always be like, well, they're having a party. And then my mother was completely psychic. She would literally get in your head. I'd be like, do you mind if I literally get out of my brain? She could do anything. And then when I was little, I always knew who was on the phone before caller ID. Ooh. So we grew up trusting our intuition, and we were very sort of like practical magic-y. So, being a witch, I was like, of course I'm going to play a witch. So that's why I identify.
You grew up with witches and witch culture, and now you identify as a witch. Absolutely.
From a giant line of witches in Scotland called Caeliacs, which are the original witches.
Oh my gosh. Did you ever see if you have any ties back to Salem?
No. And you know what's really weird? I was, for the Salem Pride Parade, I was the Grand Marshal. And that place gave me the creeps. I was like, you are not witch friendly. Although they did have the best cookies I've ever found in this little alleyway at midnight. But anyway.
That's how they lure you.
You found cookies in an alleyway?
Yeah, it was like midnight cookies or something. They only appear at midnight.
Oh.
What's going on in your life, little girl?
They I got this fancy rug burn I was going to show you, but Amanda put a Band-Aid on it. But
excuse me, isn't this a family podcast?
It is, but we're actually going to we're going to go back into witch stuff in a minute. But I got this rug burn. I went to my niece's 4th birthday at a gymnastics place, and they had this parkour wall where it's carpeted all the way up like a crescent moon thing, and then you grab onto a bar above you. So my nephew could get up to the 7 bar. My son was getting up to the 4 bar. I grabbed into the 2 bar. I hung there for a second, and I realized I had to let go and go down. And it's, like a slide, but I'm belly up. And I went to go down, and I slid my... Yeah, it was for 4-year-olds.
In what world did you think this was a good idea?
Well, my son challenged me to it. When your 11-year-old is like, Mom, come on, do it with me. You're like, let's see what I got. And I did it, but I slid down on my elbows and got this nasty, nasty rug burn. So that's what I'm up to, is curing my...
Wow. Good story.
Rug burn. I know.
But
wait, back to witchcraft. Hold on. Want to get a little dirty here for a second.
Back to how cute are your babies? Oh my goodness. I hadn't seen them in so long, and I saw them at 90s Con. Oh, yeah. And they are gorgeous. There are going to be 3 future daughter-in-laws that you hate. I'm just telling you.
Probably so.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe you'll love them.
That little one, you are like, if I could put you, if you were a kangaroo, he would be in your little pouch.
Which way? Were you sitting next to Tucker? Is that...
The baby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Baby.
Tucker. Yeah.
They're all gorgeous.
Yeah. Nick, who played Salem on the show, who was also one of our writers, he's a brilliant writer. He had Mason engulfed in a conversation for 2 hours at dinner, which was really nice to see. And then Brady sat by himself with his AirPods in pretty much. He's good at drifting into the distance when he can.
Such as 15.
He should have sat next to Beth.
It's so funny when children agree to sit with you at dinner, but they wear their pod things.
Yeah.
Pod.
Yeah. AirPod. Earpod, as I like to call it.
The better to ignore you with, of course.
Well, they've always got to have, I think it's that they've always got to have music going.
I said my daughter's turning 15 on Friday.
Oh my goodness.
Is she going to homecoming? Oh, wait, is she in high school?
Yeah. No, she's a sophomore. They don't have homecoming. It's This is LA. Okay. There might be a celebration at the Grove.
I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you how difficult it is to find a white corsage these days because, like, the South is out of white roses because of all the homecomings there have been. It's like insane.
Oh, really? Oh, but
Yeah.
you're in like homecoming land.
Oh,
LA
yeah.
is not
And I've got
homecoming land.
my 15-year-old is a romantic and my 17-year-old is not, but wants to go to the dances, usually as a wingman to help out another friend's girlfriend so she can bring her friend kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is the first time he's actually bringing a girl that he likes. But yeah, the little one is all about the look of it, the corsage, the whole thing. Like it's,
The matching.
yeah, he
Coordinating
wants to coordinate the
outfits.
outfits. He's super cute like
Is
that.
it soon?
Sorry?
It's this
Is
weekend.
it soon?
Yeah, it's this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah. It's been going on for 4 weeks, but like ours is actually this weekend, so.
I'm failing at homecoming this year.
Oh, look at your cute little poof on top.
You have
But for some reason, it appears to be glowing and a whole different color.
it's because you had it under that fabulous hat.
I love it.
But that's just lighting.
Wait,
everybody.
let's talk about witchcraft for a second because on the show, when we first started the show, of course everybody gives you books and I got so many like postcards and pictures that I plastered all over my walls of my dressing room to be inspired by witches. The only thing I really learned about witchcraft, there's a few things, but did
I know
you
nothing.
know? Okay, this gets a little grody, so let's drop the kids off at school and then hit pause and then come back to this. But so
I know it's going to
there's a few
involve
things.
blood just because you said that.
No, not blood, but
Okay.
body parts.
Oh.
But so apparently the cauldron, right, and like the lotions or the potions, right, all the potions that they were stirring up, that was just like a concoction of natural stuff, but it was all meant to get you high, the way I understand it. And then what it was, you were to use the broomstick to shove it. Apparently, a woman's insides are very susceptible mucous membranes and gets you very high when you put things in there.
I don't like this idea.
So if you use a broomstick and shove the potion up in there, you get really high, and that's why you're flying off the handle.
I have never heard any of this.
Really?
This witchy poo propaganda.
I'm not loving that idea.
Is that why
mean,
it's called witchy poo?
It makes sense.
Ew.
They're outside smoking stuff up, mixing stuff up, then they shove it up their hoo-ha, and the next thing you know, they're flying. Right?
Okay, I've literally never heard this, nor have you ever mentioned it in the 25
I read it in
something
some
years
witch
I've known
book. Well, it was like season 1, 1996. I read this, and it's just stuck with me. I'm like,
Well, it's definitely going to stick with me now.
that's what
you.
potions
I
are
will
for.
never, ever look at a broom again.
It's not quite the way the hocus pocus ladies use it, right? It's a little different. But that's why they were flying on the broom. They were getting high with their, using it.
I'm not sure about this. I mean, not that I know anything about witch culture.
I mean, and it could have been one person that did it and someone wrote it
I'm
down.
going to investigate this.
Flying high, though. That's why you were flying off the handle, or
So they would get high and angry? Because
I
that's
thought
what I
flying
always
off the
thought
handle-
flying
no.
off
Oh,
the handle was.
I think that's just been applied to women in general, flying off the handle. That women fly off the handle, but I think it was a matter of like, I'm flying. Look at me, I'm flying.
I mean,
Anyway,
because I would
I
get
like
kind of
it.
angry if that happened to me.
I kind of always like that version that it's like, oh, it's more about being hippie and like making things that, make you feel good instead of like, I'm going to go eat a child, that kind of thing.
I don't think either are necessarily true. I'm going to say it probably falls somewhere in the middle.
Oops, I went too far.
Really glad we dropped the kids off at school already.
Yes, let's hope that everybody listened to the warning and dropped your kids off at school before listening to the rest
Amanda,
of
you
this.
have to understand, you are working with a witch. This is witch culture.
Yeah.
This is a historical story for her. She
I
read
mean-
this, it impacted her. This is my favorite new joke in my act that's completely true. I said, I was reading this book and it really affected me. Actually, that's not true. It was not a book. It was an Instagram post, but I read all 3 slides. Because my attention span has been diminished by social media. Melissa Joan Hart, are you ready to do your first stand-up act? And I haven't helped you yet at all.
I mean, no, you have to coach me. I have my
know,
set
okay.
list.
It's next week,
All
you
right,
understand.
Give me a joke, and I will help you and fix it.
Okay, so here's
Amanda,
the thing.
you give me one too, just in case you ever want to go on stage. Okay.
Okay.
You probably
I
don't
will
even
play
realize.
the role of the joke doctor.
Okay, you probably don't even realize, but I've actually put you on a note that's called stand-up set list, and I've been making notes in that. Okay, so there's a difference between Sabrina and Clarissa fans, and I can always tell because the Sabrina fans are usually around my age, give or take 10 years in either direction, And they say things like, I grew up with you,
Right.
or you made me feel normal, things like that. But the Clarissa fans always go, I remember you from Clarissa, with their eyes really wide open, right? Like, I remember, they're so special. They remember, like,
They go way back.
can you believe that I remember that? You know, and it's so funny because it literally happens every time, and I want to. But it is cute because the Clarissa fans think that that they're the only ones that remember
There's
that
an
show.
insider thing there.
It is. There is. So I don't know how to make that funny.
If it wasn't actually, like it was a live performance you would do and they would occasionally come, you were like, it was on television.
Exactly. They caught that one time only. Yeah. So I don't know how to make that, but I thought that's something I could talk about in my stand-up set.
We'll talk about the different fans. Clarissa versus the Brainies. Okay. What are they like physically? Like age-wise?
They were the same
How do
ages.
they actually physically differ?
Oh, the ages of the fans?
Yeah.
They're all about the same age.
I'm having 50-year-olds come up to me and telling me, I grew up watching you. I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you did not. No, that is incorrect. You grew up watching Gilligan's Island. I was on 30 years later. Okay? When someone asked me, Melissa, who do you get mistaken for?
Sarah Michelle Gellar. But maybe I do that myself.
Well, you do tell people that's who you are.
Michelle Gellar.
Well, because it's 3 names: Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So it
Okay.
kind of all just sounds similar to me. If I tell people I'm Sarah Michelle Gellar, they go, "Oh, huh." Like they don't fight it. Hey, you guys already know that we love our Skims.
Love our Skims.
Do. And it all started with their Fits Everybody collection, which I didn't think we could like anything better than the Fits Everybody collection. But I have to say, this cotton collection,
Butter on my bottom.
it's like butter on your bottom. It is the butteriest underwear ever. So we
They
wanted
are.
to
They're
try-
amazing.
Yeah. So we got more stuff,
The cotton collection came in.
and it's
It's
amazing.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
How did they keep doing this?
It's so good. It did not disappoint. It's
No.
it's the cutest. It's really flattering for like running around the house in your panties.
It's so comfortable. They stay in place perfectly.
Yeah. I do the low plunge bra today, and
How do you feel about it?
I love it. I love it.
I got the tank tops and the t-shirt.
Oh yeah, I haven't tried them yet, but I've got it.
I've worn them every day since
Really?
they arrived.
Are they? Do they hold you in a little?
Yeah,
too?
they give you a little bit of
shape?
support. They're very flattering, even for being tight. I always worry about that because I got the mom tummy, and so I sized up. You certainly don't have to, but I love them. I feel like I'm sucked in just a little bit.
Hey, it's all about feeling good, right?
I feel so good in them.
Well, Skims is creating the next generation of loungewear for everybody, and I mean everybody.
It is so good. It is made to be comfortable everyday wear. It's ultra soft from natural fibers, which we love. It's very important for the lady bits.
It also came in compostable packaging, which I
Isn't
loved.
that so
I love
nice?
that. But this is Skims' most tagged collection. It's made with the classic cotton fabric for comfortable everyday wear.
Yes, and it's made from ultra soft natural fibers, and it's elevated lounge pieces. I would say you can wear them inside, outside, feel good wherever you're going in
Whoever
them.
said loungewear was only for the house has not tried Skims.
And from sizes extra, extra small all the way to 4X. When we say it fits every body,
Literally.
it really does.
Yeah, so believe the hype. Skims has over 100,000 5-star reviews for a reason, people.
Yes, and the cotton collection and more are available right now at skims.com.
Plus, you can get free shipping on orders over $75.
After you place your order, be sure to let them know that we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and select What Women Binge in the drop-down menu that follows.
Yeah, and if you missed the big news, Skims reinvented underwear for women, and they are now doing it for men. Also available at skims.com.
Oh, look at your baby.
There's Stella.
Oh, there's Stella.
Who Melissa tried to discipline.
Do you want to talk about that? Let's talk about that.
She doesn't want to be on camera because I told her it was you.
Her dog does not like me.
She gave this toy to me. She's like, listen, what's this? If the dog doesn't listen, and I'm like, it zapped my dog. I was like, never again.
So Caroline, the dog likes to jump on her counter and pull everything off and then chew it on the floor. So you find everything torn up on the floor. And she's just such a sweetheart. She doesn't want to discipline that baby. So she was like, no, that's my baby. It's okay. But she won't put it in a crate or like, right? So I sent you a link.
I do not. I am here. I'm hearing this story. This propaganda. This lie.
Okay,
What
you tell it.
happened, Amanda, was my dog ate all of my credit cards, which is why I now name her Susie Orman. And she has saved me a fortune.
That's one way to save money.
Exactly. So why?
Did she really eat your
Melissa
credit?
is like mother of 3 boys. She's like, she's just a big disciplinarian.
I'm really not, though. I'm kind of a pushover.
Oh, she's a total pushover. Don't let her fool you.
They call me Santa Claus in my house. So if I'm Santa Claus, you're like the Easter Bunny meets the Tooth Fairy meets.
They call you Santa Claus?
They do, because I'm the one that's
How hard is Mark?
Well, he has to be because I'm not. But no, but the dogs, I can be like, hey, we're not doing that.
Except her dog once.
What did my dog
send
do?
me rolling down a mountain?
Oh my gosh, my dog tripped her. Saw a squirrel and got very excited in a park, and she tripped over his leash and just went like face first. It was bad.
It was so bad. She didn't mean to.
No.
Okay, I have a few questions for you ladies.
Well, you need to give me your golden. We were talking about stand-up comedy when you glitched out on us. So, what's your golden ticket
nugget
information? Yeah, give us your golden
nugget. I
nugget.
just taught a seminar here in New York. I'm in LA. Sorry, at the comedy. They had a big comp. The same man who does rock, the rock band fantasy camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, he just did his first comedy fantasy camp. So I taught 83 people how to do stand up. What is that in my hair? This is it, especially with you, Melissa, because everybody feels like they know you because you've been on television literally your entire life.
Yeah.
Literally, right?
Literally.
How old were you for your first
4
commercial? By the way, am I going cross-eyed? I don't even know where I'm supposed to be looking.
No, you're good.
Great.
You're good. Look at yourself. Just look at yourself. It'll
you
be
were
great.
4. Okay, so you're 30 now. So that's 26 years.
Yes, exactly. I love you.
Of constant. So stand-up is like having a desperate urge to communicate something. Like you just want to share that information. That's what it has to be.
Yeah.
Because if you're just a person who's up there who's telling jokes, anybody can do that. You have to tell something that you think is so funny, so they'll see it through your eyes why it's funny.
Do you have to have like a punchline though? Like I have great stories, but I don't know how to end them.
No, you tell a story. You tell a very funny story, and you tell it in a very quick pace. So I would just get up. I mean, we're going to go over it, and then you can make the story funnier. But I was trying to explain this thing. Like, creativity comes in a million different ways to people, and I think when you're a stand-up, you think it can only come like I've got to sit and write jokes. That's not what you are. You're a verbal storyteller.
Yeah,
that's where you're funny. You're not like. I don't know if you're writing hilarious books. I mean, yes, your book was funny, but like, I don't know if that's your mode. It's like, it's in conversation that you are funny.
So let me do this. So can I give you I'll tell you the story. You've heard this before, but if I tell you the story of my first time on a stand-up stage at the Comedy Store in LA. Okay. So I'm in the Comedy Store in LA.
I'm also going to tell you that fewer words are your friend.
Okay. That's good to know because I am definitely not, I'm a wordy person. So, okay. So I'm going to do an interview with Kevin Nealon, and it's at the Comedy Store, and I'm going to go on stage and be interviewed by him. Now, being interviewed, question, answer, I'm great with. Ask me a question, I can talk all day long. But they tell me right before I'm about to go on that I get 10 minutes of stand-up on the stage. And I'm freaking out. I don't do stand-up. I've never done stand-up. There's David Spade, there's Dana Carvey, there's Whitney Cummings, and they're like, do you want 10 minutes on stage? I'm like, all right, I guess I'll do it. But meanwhile, I had a beer because we were just chilling at the Comedy Store, and I don't mix alcohol and work, and I also don't work with a microphone usually. So I have a beer in one hand and a microphone in the other, and I decided that the thing I was going to start with was how nervous I am. I'm so nervous, you guys. I'm so nervous. Look at this. Look how much I'm sweating. Well, I have worked with the microphone before, so I know not to move that from my mouth, but I don't know that I have a beer in my left hand, apparently. And I pour this beer on myself, and when I tell you, you can Google this picture, the trickle of beer coming out and landing spot in the middle of my head. And I mean, it is splattering off my head in the most picture perfect way. And you can Google it. But I was so embarrassed. But then the feedback that came back was...
That's like a great opening. You should have gone out with a microphone and a beer every single time.
Well, then Perez Hilton the next day posts, oh, look at Melissa Joan Hart, how far she'll go for comedy. I'm like, oh yeah, I meant to do that. Dana Carvey came out on stage and said... Guys, we just saw Melissa Joan Hart pour beer on her head. And I was like, yeah, that's embarrassing, but Dana Carvey knows my name. So that was my first time doing stand-up. And now here we go. I'm going to open for Caroline Rhea. What? Do you know I listen to comedy, what's it called? Laugh USA all the time in the car. That's like that or the Comedy Roundup. Like I listen to comedy stations in the car a lot. And so you're always in my car. I hear Caroline all the time.
Over and over and over again. That's a perfect story. You're just going to tell that story and you're going to cut out half the story because you're just going to say the first time I was on stage, Kevin Nealon was interviewing me. I'm fine with the one-on-one interview. And then they said you can do 10 minutes of stand-up. And then where there's an opportunity for a joke is 10 minutes of stand-up. Like, I've never done that. That would be like telling a man he has 10 minutes of, and then we have to think of something that is so foreign to that person. Okay. So this is like a little bit of Mad Libs. We fill in the blanks, right? Okay. But it's a metaphor. So you're trying to explain to them, doing stand-up to me is the equivalent of doing blah to you. Or what were you dressed up as in, what were you on The Masked Singer? Oh, lamp. I was the lamp. So you can be like, I can dress up like a lamp and sing through a costume. That's not a problem. Or give me a microphone and a beer and I don't know what to do with myself. Right. But I can't. I thought you were going to tell me that you talked into the beer. Okay, so no, I think this would be a cute thing to do. So be holding the mic, be holding a beer, tell that story, and then put the beer down. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So then people are already on your side. People love you. You know. Yeah. I think that our Aries nature make us adversarial and like, oh yeah, you think, oh I'm going to prove to you, but like you just have to know they're on your side going in. Yeah, that's true. Right? That's very true. That's a good point. Okay, so then you're the mother of 3 boys, right? Yeah. And boy moms just I don't know. What do you I know both of you. What bugs you the most about other moms?
Oh, it drives her crazy that I only say good things about my children.
Oh, she's so nice to her. She likes her children. She actually likes her children.
I do.
My children are drives her bananas. Such dicks to me. Okay, that's not true. They love me. But...
There you go. There's it. So I have my friend Amanda. She only says nice things about her children. It drives me crazy. My children are dicks to me. Because you know what? It's the truth. I mean, I love about my boy moms more than anything in the entire world. I drove her to school the other day, and she goes, "Mommy, do not scream 'I love you' out the window."
Oh, please tell me you did that.
Promise me you will not do that. And I'm like, okay, I promise. I couldn't help it. She literally got out of the car. I rolled it. I go, "I love you, honey." And she goes, "What the hell is wrong with you? Are you on crack?"
That's actually what I do when I'm punishing them. I tell them that if they're not nice to me or they don't give me a kiss in the car before they get out or say they love me before they open the door, I will roll my window down and scream at them. And you know what I do now? I play in sync. When I drive away, I play in sync and I wave bye bye bye.
Oh, that's good.
So good.
It's my new favorite thing.
All right, there. We're gonna clean that up. That's your second joke.
Okay.
Because I have a thing about when Ava was little, when she was like 2.5. For some reason, when we would have people come over, she would go like this. It's gonna be lovely. I don't know if you can see this, but she'd come out and she'd go like this. "Do you have any candy?"
Oh yeah.
And she would like roll her hips and she'd be like, "I would like some candy." And I was like, I don't know who taught you that, but no.
Don't take candy from anyone that you've asked for in that regard.
Anyway, I have said to her when she's been really naughty getting into the car, I'm like, "Do you want some candy?" And then she'll run back and go, I'm sorry.
That's a good one.
I feel the only power we have over our children is taking away their phone.
Yeah. Well, is she driving yet? Because then you could take away the keys.
Are you insane?
I have 2 kids driving. My 15-year-old's driving, and it's insane. Yeah. Both of my big ones, my 17-year-old and 15, Brady and Mason, they're driving. And like, it's kind of insane. I want to warn everybody, like, here's the path he's taking to school today. Watch out.
Okay, there you go. Write that down. Okay, that's your third joke.
Oh, I'm writing it down. Wait, I have a whole list. I'll send you the list so you can, because there's things about, I mean, we're going to be in Alabama, right? So there's Alabama football, which I married into Alabama football, so I understand that. And then I could talk about like the wiregrass and the boll weevil statue maybe, but.
You talk about how you also have a type and it's Alabama people.
I do tend to gravitate towards tall Alabama people. I have a whole bit about Mommy Dearest and how I think as a mother, that movie's not nearly as offensive as it was before you had children. Like
okay, there we go.
I have a whole bunch of that.
Premise. That might be your strongest one yet.
I have
in fact, sometimes it's used as a good disciplinary tool.
You want to watch
Mommy Dearest?
You want Mommy to get a wire hanger? Yeah. I have Oscar de la Hoya calling me Sabrina in his house in Mexico, where When he called me Sabrina, I threw an entire glass of water in his face. And maybe you don't throw a glass of water in someone's face who has lethal weapons in his hands.
Yeah, also in their house.
In their house. He called me Sabrina. That's how offensive that was to me.
What
Technically,
happened?
he was right.
Oh, no. He just kept calling me Sabrina. I was like, that's not my name. I got mad.
I remember when you were buddies with him. What was that?
Oh, I just ran into him at Squid Row in Cabo when I was down there when I got my tattoo. Yeah.
You know
There's
what?
a joke right there.
I think what we're going to do is this. I think you should do stand-up. And then I'm going to come out and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions because
That's a good idea.
you will then have stories that we'll have set up and
Yeah.
they'll sort of be like panel.
That's
and
I
will
can handle
guide
panel.
you along because I think people would love sort of a like, yes, you're doing stand-up, and then I'll be like, that was great, and then
Yeah.
we'll do like a little
Do the Kevin
Q&A.
Nealon bit. I like that. 'Tis the season, Amanda, for new looks, new style, holiday style, and there's no merrier way to do it than with Pear's new holiday collection of glasses.
That's right. It's time to switch up your look and snap on the top frames for every event and occasion.
So I just got my new base frames, and I got the clear this time, so I'm so excited because last time I got the light pink because, it's summertime. Now it's winter. I'm going with the clear base frame, and then I'm snapping on some different holiday designs, which I'm so excited about.
I cannot wait to see. We just got through our fall, and now it's time for Christmas cheer
Here we go.
all
Let
over
your
the
holiday
eyeballs.
spirit shine with seasonal styles that slay, pun intended.
Ba-dum-tsh. This jolly assortment features snowy scenes, classic plaids, which I think is my favorite, Yuletide activities, and your favorite festive hues.
Pear has a frame to fit every face with 5 new wider base frame styles.
And their growing lineup of frames has options for the whole family, men, women, and kids.
And kids. With virtual try-on, you can find the right frame shape for you from the comfort of your home. It's super easy.
And Pear's quality frames, they're built for everyday durability and versatility. So they're the only glasses that you'll ever need.
And you save on traditional glasses markups with base frames that start from just $60 and top frames are just $25.
And you get free standard shipping on all orders with a flexible 30-day return policy.
You know what I love too is you can get blue light blockers. You can get the kind that I just got the kind that shade when you go in the sun. So so they go to like
Transition?
sunglass mode. Yeah, it's super cool.
That's awesome.
So go to paireyewear.com/binge, B-I-N-G-E, for 15% off your first pair of Pear.
That's right. Pair, P-A-I-R, eyewear.com/binge.
Thank you, Pear, for sponsoring What Women Binge.
Yeah.
Wait, so Caroline, I have to ask you our season 8 questions because we're
Okay.
still in our season 8 here. Will you?
Season 8, congratulations,
Thank
you two.
Thank you.
It's been busy.
It has flown by like a high witch.
It's been we're flying off the handle over here. Well, we've had a hard time with this strike because we can't talk about TV shows and movies really. So it's been a little
We've had to get very creative.
very creative. Okay, is there a
We can talk about
standalone
stand-up.
I know exactly. Is there a standalone book that you wish had a sequel?
I have to think about that one.
We can skip it. What did you have a first video game or console? Did you ever play video games? Like what was your game?
I never had one.
You weren't a Nintendo girl or Atari?
Never.
Really?
No.
Wow.
So in
No.
Canada you were deprived of
I
video
had a
games?
small drug-like addiction to Candy Crush, but that was on my phone.
That's recent though. That's phone. Yeah, that's phone.
That's
No,
a real thing.
That's a good one.
There's this new one called Township.
No,
not?
I can't. La la la
like
la la. They're all
farmland or-
gateway
Yeah,
drugs.
kinda.
La la la.
Yeah, don't tell her.
No, you
what's-
don't understand. I was up to level 52,000 on Candy Crush, and I was insane. It was like
I get
was
it. I
awful.
tody do.
I did it for
I
about 2
played so
months.
much I got diabetes, and I was playing it one day, and Ava was 7, and she just walked over, and she went like this. That's enough, Mommy, and she pressed delete.
Oh, good for
And
her.
she deleted it off, and I was like, thank God. There is nothing like that mindless, stupid. Ugh.
Yeah, no,
I hate
it's
it.
true.
My
I do
brain
it.
loves it. It's
I
like a
absolutely hate it.
massage.
I liked it at first, and then I got real. Now when I look at it, I want to vomit. I don't know. It's like when you drink too much tequila and then vomit, and then you're like food aversion. What's the best dish that you can whip up?
I think you have questions for Aunt Zelda, perhaps. I don't know if you've met me. I don't play video games. I'm going to show you something that I just cooked.
We
Hold
walked
on,
down the
please.
street to the
Oh,
Greek
she
place,
just cooked
right?
something.
Hold on.
Okay. Caroline and I like to meet out for meals a lot.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I made these last night.
So do you not set timers? Is that what you do?
I did set a timer, but Alexa was being such a bitch and she kept on playing jazz that I never even asked for. So then I called her a bitch, and she was like, your timer is off, but I said 12 minutes, and they don't usually like literally start a fire. And that followed with little Martha Stewart here putting in
Oh my
the
gosh.
cookies in the microwave first, which caused huge amounts of smoke. So
You put them in the
please approach my
microwave? Oh my gosh. I have to make some stuff for the homecoming bake sale tomorrow. Well, really my senior's
I do
supposed
too.
to, but I'm going to be. So
I'm like, you know what? All you have to do is bake one set of those, bring them to school, and they're like, we're good. Thanks so much.
Please don't do that anymore. Yeah. We're not going to ask you anymore. Oh, here's a good
What are
question.
you going to make?
It's just chocolate. He just has to do chocolate chip cookies. So that means I have to do chocolate chip
You
cookies.
should have told me. I just made like a whole thing of chocolate chip cookies.
Oh man, can I come pick up 48 of them and put them in packages?
I don't think I have enough for 48,
Oh,
but I do have a whole thing of dough frozen.
Oh man.
You guys in New York City, Amanda, my best friend, her kids went to private school, and on the day that she had to bring in cookies, she brought in like Freihoffers or whatever or something, and she got a handwritten note: please, only handmade baked or homemade baked goods from now on.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, no, our school is very adamant.
I invented the Oreo.
We give our football team homemade Rice Krispie treats at halftime because it's like a great glucose shot, like to get them through the second half of the game, and just gives them a quick spike of energy and gets them out there, easy to digest. Blah blah blah. They eat it, but it has to be homemade. It cannot be store bought. And I'm like, so like 4 moms have to volunteer every week to make the Rice Krispie treats for halftime. Wait, here's a question: if you went to jail, what would your crime be? Horoscoping someone to death?
I was about to say that. Being a whore.
Of scopes.
But here's the thing, she's right though.
Oh, she is. She can tell your sign in a second.
Oh, she knew me within 10 minutes of being in the room with me. She was like, "Oh, you're a Taurus," and and I was like, "Do you even know my name?"
No, but she knows your sign.
Hello.
Identify as a witch.
What would my crime be? I don't know. I think probably would be trying to help somebody who was in trouble, and then being like a collateral person.
Accessory.
You know what I mean?
Accessory to murder because you were trying to help the.
I was just trying to help dig the hole. They said they needed help.
I always think it's like aging is like, it would be great to be young, but there is wisdom that comes with aging. And then you do, as you get older, understand things like murder. Yeah, totally get it. And French kissing a golden doodle. Like I get it now. I get open mouth kissing a dog.
My dog likes to hang out a lot.
Well, what would yours be, you guys?
I'm not a dog. Mine would be skinny dipping, probably.
That's a crime now?
Yeah, public nudity.
This girl, she got no shame in her naked
you did
game.
Maxim.
Yeah, that wasn't naked, guys. I was wearing the same thing you would see me in on a beach. Okay, and I
Sure.
had a rocking body at the time.
Yeah,
I was celebrating it.
I told you, if I had that body, I would have been like, has anyone seen my Maxim outfit? I'm going to the grocery store.
I can pick you up one if you need.
Yeah, I forget where I was when it came out. Oh, I was in LA on Franklin at La Poubelle with a bunch of like
La Poubelle. I couldn't remember the name of that
La
restaurant.
Poubelle. We used to go there.
That used
all
to be the best
all the
place to
Hollywood
go. Is it
kids.
still there?
Yeah, I think so. All the best Hollywood kids would all the like Hollywood kids on TV shows and stuff would all kind of meet up there on Friday nights and whatnot. And one of them, he became my boyfriend later on, went running down the street and bought every single one off the rack. I remember that.
Started handing them out.
Off the rack.
Off the rack. Of my rack.
Of the rack.
Bought my rack off the rack.
Wordplay.
I hope the kids are at school, guys. Okay.
Amanda, what would you be in prison for?
Me? Oh gosh.
Killing Melissa
Too much
because she
glitter.
won't let you get a word in edgewise.
Yeah. Between
I don't
you
know.
and I.
It would be me being naive to something, like going along with it to make somebody else happy.
It would be your pranks. You'd
Oh,
get
I
arrested.
am a master prankster.
Yeah, she sent her sister like live peacocks once.
Yeah, I did.
So it could be illegal to
She
send
sent
farm
my
animals.
kid a hype horn.
Okay,
what?
wait, you have to explain what that sounds bad.
It was like an electronic air horn. She sent this to my children via Amazon, and they open it because she addressed it to them. And I thought, this is harmless. It's from my sister. No big deal. Wrong. So wrong. So I told her, I said, well, here's the thing. You've declared war, but just know that I play the long game. And so over the next several months, I would send her things that she would
That is so
need.
terrifying with that sweet little Southern accent. But I play the long game.
I
In fact,
do.
that should be
Bless
a
her
murder
heart.
movie.
Bless her
Long
heart.
game.
So she would receive something that she would need to raise eggs. So I sent her like a feeder for chicks. I sent her the warmer for their little
The incubator.
yeah, and then the incubator and all the different things she would need to take care of eggs
Live animals
that were coming her way. And then mysteriously one day, these unhatched fertilized eggs that were not marked ended up on her porch. And she had to incubate them to know what they were. And they were peacocks. There were 5 of them.
And they're loud.
Oh, they're so loud.
They're pretty, but they're big and they're
much
loud.
louder than an air horn.
Okay, you're terrifying. And if anyone is murdered on that podcast, you're my number 1 suspect.
I would never do anyone harm.
And they were the
Just send 'em
original
peacocks.
eggs from Jurassic Park.
No,
and
no.
the Velociraptor ate them.
Raptor
And the
eggs were
raptor
unavailable.
grew, yeah.
So I went with peacocks.
Caroline, what was your favorite toy to play with as a kid? Were you a Barbie girl?
I was definitely a Barbie girl.
You like
Stand by
your pink?
yourself so I can show you something.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Uh-oh.
She's left the building again. When she does this, it's dangerous. We never know what's coming back.
I'm an obsessive crafter, so I'm making these.
Wait.
Oh my gosh, are those vintage Barbie paper dolls
Yes!
on there? Caroline, that's so cool.
Can you send me one to give to Amanda for Christmas?
These beads because I was trying to do a thing, but it didn't really work. That's why the sticky thing is here. But look how beautiful they are.
They're
That's a good one.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love
You need
that.
to send me one to give to Amanda for Christmas so I can give it to her.
Yes, please.
I'll give it to you next. I'll give it to you when I see you in Alabama.
Yeah, I also need
I'll
to
come down.
identify
I
as
think
a
I'm gonna
witch
come.
shirt.
I definitely have to be there to watch
You've gotta
this happen.
come.
I have a
I
whole
know.
swag bag for you, child.
So wait, so let's do her this or that real quick.
Okay.
Okay, wait. So Barbie.
Oh yeah.
I liked Raggedy Ann.
Oh yeah. That was
I was Raggedy Ann for Halloween.
I had one. I was Raggedy Ann for Halloween once too.
I had all
feel like
my
I was
old
too.
original Raggedy Ann dolls, and I gave them to Ava, and she literally was like, "Mom, these are like from a horror film. Take them away." And I was like,
That's what my
Actually,
kids say about my Shirley
grateful
Temple.
childhood memory.
I ended up having to be Raggedy Andy because my sister was older and she got to be Raggedy
Of
Ann.
course, big
But
sisters.
I
do
can
that.
see you being Raggedy Ann or Andy. You've got that vibe. You've got that cute little face.
You put
You
nice
have
big
it. I
red
can see
circles
that.
on the
Okay.
cheek.
I could do it. The triangle eyes is really what sends it home. Okay,
You
ready?
think I can see any of your features from this
No,
demented
I
weird recording we're doing? I'm just seeing, I see the colors of your shirts. That's about it.
All right, we're gonna do this or that, Caroline. Ready?
You ready?
Okay.
Here we go. Pineapple or pepperoni pizza?
Pineapple.
Yes. Floss or toothpick?
Floss.
Band or orchestra?
Band.
Football or baseball?
Neither.
Or baseball.
Pancakes or waffles?
Is there both? Okay. Pancakes, but I will immediately go into a diabetic coma once I've eaten 2 bites.
Cardio or weights?
You know what? I love cardio, but I am into my weights.
Look at
My
that,
trainer-
girl. I see the
my
definition.
trainer- It's the current Mr. Universe.
Ooh.
Stop it.
Nice.
I'm not kidding. Daryl Conant, look him up.
Awesome.
It's
Guns.
hilarious. He can make his boobs move up and down.
Oh, great. Let's
I mean,
practice that when
I
we're
can
together
too, but
in
it
Huntsville.
involves my hands. But think about it. My hands and a very supportive bra.
Oh, very nice.
Reality or true crime?
A reality show or a true crime show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of both, but I would have to say true crime.
Yeah.
Threads or X?
Those are social media platforms.
Yes, I know. Grandma can hear. Neither.
Okay.
I pass.
Yep.
I think I know the answer to this one already.
However, Russell Crowe retweeted my picture of my for my poster for the Sydney Opera House yesterday on X.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
Okay.
Talk about strange friendships. He's my friend. I love him. He's an Aries. He's like the greatest person ever. He's so nice.
I feel like I'm like 5 degrees of separation from him or less. I mean, I have like
Well,
5
you're
people-
literally one.
Well, I'm 5 people that are 1 degree of separation from him. Maybe that's what I should have said.
Okay, last one is Prada or Gucci.
Oh, Prada.
Prada.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say
Many years ago, I threw Milo Manheim's baby shower for Cameron.
Yeah.
Wow.
Milo, who's a big TV star now, who starred in all the zombie movies, who's the cutest boy. And beautiful Laura Flynn Boyle was at that party. It was the weirdest thing. It was like I thought 12 people were coming. 82 came.
Oh my gosh.
And I made everybody, I hired knitting teachers and everybody, did I do that with you too? And everybody
No.
had to learn how to knit and everybody made a square that day. And then we made a baby blanket for the baby.
How special.
It was very special. And then,
Oh, I love that idea.
no, it's a really good one. But Brooke Shields to this day still hates me because she became obsessed with knitting as a result. Knitting is kind of like crazy. You really can knit forever and ever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went over to beautiful Laura Flynn Boyle and I'm like, oh my God, I love your shoes. And she said, they're Prada.
Oh.
Just to be funny, because she's very funny. And I always thought that was funny. So I always think of Prada.
Prada, like Target.
I'm going to say it forever
like
now.
Churching up Target, but taking down the Prada. Well, I
I'm
love
going
you,
to show you guys
Caroline.
something, okay? I think you'll get a kick out of it.
What'd you
Taking
say?
you on a tour for a moment.
Well,
Are we done?
Actually, the iPad's about to die, and our next guest is here. But
Just a second.
okay. Where are we going? Hey, listen, wait, tell everybody, Sydney Opera House. When is that?
I made this for Ava, this mirror.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
beautiful.
Hold on.
That is gorgeous.
You are
Why
so
is it-
crafty.
Is it glass?
It's a mirror and it's a scrapbook.
Oh my gosh.
How cool.
All this stuff from when she was little. Like
Well done,
her
you are
kindergarten eraser. And the first time I ever took her to Disney.
Wow. You never were crafty like this on the show. Way to go. Way to go.
No, I was not.
Well, listen, tell us about we're going to be in Huntsville, Alabama. What is that?
Huntsville Stand-Up Live Comedy, Sunday, October 29th at 3 p.m.
29th.
Perfect time.
3 p.m. they open, 4 p.m. the show
I'm
starts.
that morning and we're going to drive there and I'm going to make you do your act like 10 times.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to figure out what to say and what to talk.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like what you're going to do stand up. Huntsville Stand-Up Live Comedy Club. You can get your tickets.
Real quick,
Yes.
Sydney Opera House. Tell us about the Sydney Opera House.
I am filming my 7th special at the Sydney Opera House.
And where can
on
people
November 15th if you happen to be in Australia.
Oh my gosh, you should have warned me. I totally would have come.
Oh, and then the 27th, are you ready to open for me there? And then the 27th and 28th of October, I'm at New York Comedy Club at the one in Stamford, Connecticut.
Oh, you're going to be in Stamford, Connecticut. Then you're coming to Huntsville, Alabama. Then you're going to Sydney Opera House. Hey, you have to make a
In between
reservation.
there, I'm going to do a show at a casino in Massachusetts. I work for FedEx and I'm the package.
In,
That's the way
in Sydney, you have to eat at Benelong. The Opera House has that restaurant down inside of it. It is spectacular.
What's
Probably
it
one
called?
of-
Benelong?
Benelong.
Benelong?
Bennelong.
Benelong.
It's been a long
Mentioned
time
she's
since we
been-
started this
Been a
podcast.
long time since we started this podcast. I love you.
I love you too.
I'm glad you identify as a witch. Happy Halloween. I'll see you soon.
Happy Halloween, my love. I'll see you in a couple of
I'll
weekends.
see you. Yeah,
Bye,
see you soon.
Amanda.